What if preparing wine isn't as tricky and exclusive as you think, and you can spice the gathering and dinner party up by choosing the right wines? For house parties, it is easier to serve wines intentionally than cocktails, and more elaborate than filling up your guests with beers. You don't need a wine degree, WSET certificate, money, or pretentiously snobby to do it right. And you, yes you, can have a checklist to do it right like a pro. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Liv and I'm the master student at MFC Vineyard and Winery Management at Bordeaux Sciences Cycle. Here in this channel, I'd like to take you through the journey with me to study wine, enology, viticulture, and wine property management in France. If you want to cook for a dinner date or a potluck party, it's usually easy to find recipes on YouTube, Instagram, or TikTok. However, when it comes to wine, the videos and resources you can find on the internet are usually a little bit technical, or there seems to be so much explanation that in the end, at least it was my case, I watched a lot of videos and resources and I still couldn't go to the nearby supermarkets confidently to tell the salesperson what I'm looking for. Nor was I knowledgeable enough to understand what the salesperson or sommelier tried to explain to me. And there's always this awkward moment when they just ask me, "What's your budget?" I really don't know what to say because I don't even know the price for what.
How much is a gallon of milk?
What?
How much is a gallon of milk?
I don't know. I mean, who knows, Dad? Literally, no one knows. Who gives...
How much is a gallon of milk?
Like a regular milk or...
And if you're like me who has lived in Asia before, the French wines usually screams Marie Antoinette in your face.
Let them eat cake.
If the recipe has a grocery list, so should your wine shopping list. Ever since I moved to France, I was never the person who buy or prepare wine, especially if you live in Bordeaux and you hang out with a bunch of wine enthusiastic Bordelais. Almost everybody that I know has a cellar or fridge or just a space to store their bottles. That doesn't mean that you will not get there later. When you learn the right technique to appreciate wine or just simply become a little bit more enthusiastic and know what you like, you will get there. Part 1. Before going to the wine purchasing place. So the first question you need to ask yourself is, what is it for? Maybe it's a launch party with your friends and family or a date night for your special one. A huge party that you have to accommodate 50 guests, or just a cozy solo weekend with your favorite book and guilty food. Knowing what is it for will prepare you mentally to know what type of wine you want to get and what the budget is. The second question is, how many bottles should you buy? Depends on the number of people consuming and preparing wines. You can have a rough idea of how many bottles you should get. We agree that if we host a party, we should never be short on food and beverages. However, overconsumption is not encouraged. It's bad for your health and the planet. If you're the sole person preparing wines, you should know who will take the glass and define how many bottles you will need. Typically, a standard wine bottle can serve 5 glasses. If you're not the only one managing the wine list for the occasion, clearly communicate how you split the task. Is it by type of wine? One person manages the champagne and the other manages the red or white? Or is it by bottles? Each person brings a certain number of bottles.
Do you think it would be all right to share a bottle of wine?
I think it would be all right.
Ah, then I will select the wine. It is one of my specialities.
Yeah. I would like to select my own wine.
Question number 3. What is your budget? Setting a budget for any purchase is one reasonable way to avoid overconsumption and respect whoever is going to share the bill with you. If it's a gift for your dinner host, you can set the budget within a comfortable and affordable range. But it's never impolite to ask how much everyone is willing to chip in the group chat. Don't let the price wreck the friendship or relationship when everybody sees the bills at the end of the party. Question number 4. The type of wine. If you're already being told to prepare a specific type of wine, whether it's red wine, rosé, orange wine, white maceration wine, or the bubbles like Champagne, Crémant, Prosecco, or others, or even Sauternes, the sweet wine. Your shopping list has a quite clear direction already. If you have been told to bring a specific type of wine, it's easy. But what if you didn't?
What wine do you feel like drinking?
I'm not sure. Just a good wine.
What wine do you prefer? Red wine, white, French, German?
I don't know. What's good for this time of the day?
That would depend on what you're thinking of eating.
Knowing what type of food you're pairing with is the key. The common rule is red wine with red meat, white wine with white meat or seafood. And for the occasion, I would say sweet wine and the bubbles are for the celebration. You can adjust the choices based on the cuisine. For example, if you're having spicy Chinese chicken salad, you will probably want to choose a sweet wine to balance out the spiciness rather than a light body white, just because it's chicken. That is to say, preparing according to the genre of the cuisine, whether it's French, Germanic, Scandi, Mediterranean, European apéro, Indian, Japanese, Korean, Chinese, Thai, or Taiwanese street food. Having this information can help you better communicate with the sommelier or the store manager. I will share more sensory analysis or wine pairing tips specifically for Asian food in the near future. Question number 5. Any prefer appellation or cépage, aka grape varieties? You must have heard about Bordeaux wines, Burgundy, or in French they say Champagne. Yes, Champagne is a place and has its own specific rules to define what can be called Champagne, Glora or Vaporecciata, sorry for my Italian, or Chardonnay, Merlot, Pinot Noir. According to the International Vine and Wine Organization OIV, I will not try to pronounce the French,
appellation of origin is any denomination recognized and protected by a component of origin, consisting of or containing of.
If you don't know the differences between appellations, it's fine. It's totally okay. At this point, it's irrelevant because it will prepare you more questions to have conversation with the salesperson or the sommelier at the place you want to purchase wine.
First thing, hold the glass up and examine the wine against the light. You're looking for color and clarity. Just get a sense of it, okay?
Okay.
Grape varieties. Grape varieties defines the taste of the wine directly from the vine's genes. But it doesn't mean that the way of the growing and making wine won't change anything. The climate and soil emphasize or influence the taste of wine. But this is the viticulture part of the wine where I don't want to derail to. I will make sure to prepare some more videos in the future to talk about this. If there is a preferred appellation or a grape variety, it gives you one more piece of information to choose wine later in the store. If you don't know any of that, it is normal to not have any preference at the beginning. When you start to taste wine intentionally and you are equipped with the right methodology to taste wine, you later will discover your favorite bottles, appellation, or even grape variety, cépage. We can move on to the next question directly. Number 6. Any preferred country of origin? This should be an easier question. Just think about the food you are going to pair it with or the people you are going to have a glass with. If it's a lunch with traditional French brasserie food like Macré de Canard, it doesn't hurt to choose wines from the French wine section. If it's a pasta night, the Italian wine section should be your go-to shelf. If you are doing fish and chips or Scandinavian Cocktail Friday, wines from the New Worlds like Australia, New Zealand, or South Africa can be the section you want to explore. Lastly, any preferred chateau, property, or brand. At the beginning of your wine tasting journey, especially if you didn't grow up in the environment where tasting or pairing wines are almost an everyday or meal discussion, it was my case. It is super normal that you don't know or understand the differences between wine properties from the same country or even the same appellation. If during the preparation, you or the people you're going to grab a glass with has a preferred property or brand, then you can just buy the bottles that are within your budget. If not, we are prepared and ready to go shopping. Part 2. In the store. After knowing the occasion, the type of food and cuisine, and the number of bottles needed, it is much easier to head to the wine store or supermarket, even if you want to buy wines from Costco. Just confidently roll into the wine section. Go to the shelf that shows the wine that you are trying to buy and or the country of origin you are looking for. Side-eyeing on the price tag. Gently pick up a few bottles of wine and look at the wine label. Be careful because not every wine shop or store allows you to touch the bottles. Now you look like you know one thing or two about wine during your shopping journey. If the store or seller has a salesperson or sommelier, you are also well prepared with the questions that he might want to ask you, or even just strike a conversation with him or her. Here's the checklist for you to post and screenshot so that you can have guidance when choosing wine for your next purchase. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification because I hope I will produce some more videos as soon as possible.
I have some exam coming up next week. Oh my god.
Share this video with your friends and family who are going to share a glass with you soon so that you can have a discussion all together. Let me know in the comment section what your tips and struggles are when you're purchasing wine. Cheers!